I'm going to play for you the original 911 recording to days in that the officers were dispatched on.
Starting date, July 12, 2020, 16 hours, 54 minutes, and 56 seconds.
It's going to have a prior call that's attached to it.
Oh, no, not emergency. I had called about the water on Reading Road. It's starting to recede now, so I didn't want you guys to waste their time. It's going down now.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye. Police and fire dispatch.
Hi, this is Jason on Miller Lane.
This is what on Miller Lane?
Jason on Miller Lane.
Okay, what's going on?
I have a guest here who's living on my property.
Okay, can you speak up? I can barely hear you.
I have a guest on my property. Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes, that's better.
Okay, he claims he has been robbed by somebody on the property.
He has what?
He has been robbed by somebody on the property.
Okay, what has he been robbed of?
He says his money has been taken.
Does he know who took the money?
He says somebody in a blue hoodie and black sweatpants and was a lady, but he didn't describe her very well. He just kept screaming, and he's all sweaty and everything. He wasn't really being clear to me in order for me to help him.
Robbed of his money by a woman on the property?
That's what he says now. And now he's knocking people's doors.
Where is he at now?
He's on the second floor near room 227.
Room 227?
Yep, he's outside and he's wearing a black hoodie with a pair of shorts. And he is African American. And now he has gone into room 211, sorry, that is his room.
He just got into room what?
211 is his room.
He went into room 211?
Yes, and the police is here now. Would you like me to help with
Yeah, give me your name.
My name's Radhika Patel.
What was your first name?
Radhika, R-A-D-H-I-K-A, Patel.
Okay, all righty. We go ahead and talk to the officer.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
So I can play the 911 call again afterwards if you'd like to hear it again. So on Sunday, July the 12th, at approximately 16:55 hours or 4:55 p.m., Butler Township Police crews were dispatched, reference a call to a robbery at the Days Inn Motel located at 7470 Miller Lane. Our initial investigation shows that upon arrival, the first responding officer located the robbery victim, who pointed out the suspect, identified as a 36-year-old white female. After making contact with the suspect ran from officers on foot and committed a second robbery carjacking to a resident of the motel by assaulting that victim and stealing that victim's pickup truck. As the officers attempted to take the suspect into custody, the suspect struck one of the officers with the truck, knocking the officer down and injuring the officer, at which time the officer fired his service weapon in defense of the officer's life, striking the suspect, who then crashed the stolen vehicle into a sign near the entrance of the motel. Officers from multiple departments responded to assist and helped remove the suspect from the stolen truck and immediately began to perform CPR until medics arrived. The suspect was subsequently transported to Miami Valley Hospital, was pronounced dead. Butler Township Police has requested the assistance of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office in the investigation, and we are working in conjunction with them on the criminal and the administrative investigation internal. As per our departmental policies, the officers are currently on administrative leave pending an administrative review of the incident. The investigators are currently reviewing statements, cruiser camera video, and body camera footage of the entire incident. The suspect's identity is still currently being withheld pending notification of the family. So I'll take some questions now. Yes?
So the officer who shot, was that the officer that was hit and knocked down?
That's correct.
Can you go over a little bit as far as she runs from them? How does she, to your knowledge, get the pickup? Was the original owner of that pickup in the pickup, outside of it? How did she kind of get possession of that pickup?
We're still reviewing some of that. We believe that that person was in the pickup truck at the time, and she jumped into a subsequent vehicle door and began fighting then with the pickup truck driver, owner.
So
And then did that driver jump out then? Did the owner jump out?
Yes, we believe that she pushed him out in the course of the matter.
that person was separate from the original victim that you guys were responding to?
That is correct. It's a second totally different incident.
When's the last time you had an officer involved shooting in Butler Township?
Approximately 5 years ago, I believe in 2015, we had another incident similar on Miller Lane.
So the officer that had been talking to the first robbery victim, then identified the woman, he and maybe another officer approached the woman and she ran on foot. She's far enough ahead of them that she's able to steal the pickup and get into it and get control of it before they can catch up.
Yeah, because she was on the second floor, they were on the second floor when this initiated, she took off and got enough in between and down a stairwell that the officer lost temporary sight of her before they were able to catch up to her where she was at the pickup truck.
How far did she drive, that pickup before she hit the officer?
Oh, it was within, the vehicle was still in the parking space when they were attempting to pull her out of the vehicle. And it appears that the vehicle was most likely running at the time because she was able to get the car into reverse, into gear, which then knocked the officer over, got caught in the door, and drug him backwards.
I know you're not releasing the identity yet, but can you say if she was a resident in the area or a guest at the motel, or why you think she was there?
We don't know why she was there. I can tell you that we are familiar with her in the area upon checking our records of contact with her, and that we have had prior contacts with her.
Does she have an active warrant at this point, even before yesterday? Did she have an active warrant for her arrest?
Yes, there is an active warrant out for her arrest, or was an active warrant out for her arrest.
Was she, did she have an ankle bracelet? Like, did she take that off? We talked to a witness at the scene that said that she knew her.
That I'm not aware of.
Chief, could you talk about the current condition of your officer?
Both officers were treated and released from the hospital. Both are doing okay. The one that got caught up underneath the vehicle is a little banged up, has some scuff marks and things like that, but is doing okay.
And moving forward, because of the law enforcement protocol, anytime there's an involved shooting, can you explain why they're off work right now? Or?
Yeah, so when there's an officer-involved shooting, we remove them from the road to give them some time to, number one, for them to give them some time to regroup, have some counseling if needed, seek out any additional medical or mental health situations that may develop in order to make sure that they're in the right frame of mind before they return to work. That's number one. Number two is also part of the administrative review to ensure that there's no wrongdoing and or other types of violations of policies and things that need to be addressed.
Chief, I just want to make sure, so the entire incident took place at one motel?
That's
right?
correct.
Okay. And then how many officers were involved? Were there two?
There were 2 officers involved with this incident.
And then, as far as the officer being hit, you say he was dragged? So it wasn't just necessarily being hit and glancing off, but he had his hand in the vehicle or through the window?
The officer was actually, both officers, one officer was on one side of the vehicle, one officer was on the other side of the vehicle. Both of them, on both sides of the vehicle, doors were open to the vehicle, and both officers were trying to engage her from both sides. And actually, at one point, the victim was still trying to engage with her in order to try to get her out of the vehicle. And at which point, once she got that vehicle into gear, and the vehicle started moving backwards, the officer was actually hit by the vehicle door, knocked down and dragged backwards by the vehicle.
And is the officer that was on the driver's side the one that fired the shots, or on the passenger side?
At this time, it was the driver, or it was the officer on the driver's side.
So, and was he firing from while sort of falling, or already on the ground, or you don't know, or?
No, and I'm not going to go into any types of specifics like that, but it was after he had been knocked down and was getting back up and still trying to engage her before she left that area.
Did both officers fire, or just the one on the driver's side?
At this time, we believe there was only one officer was involved in the shooting.
And do you know how many times he fired?
I don't have the total number, but I believe it was 2. Okay, but I haven't seen any of the preliminary investigation on that.
How about the length of service time for both officers that were involved there, in approximate? Are they pretty new officers, or a decent amount of experience?
One is a very seasoned officer, has over 30-some years of experience. The other one has 10 to 15 years, probably.
So both pretty experienced officers?
Yes.
Chief, you said the woman who was shot had run-ins with your department previously. Were they violent run-ins, or is this the first time that things escalated between? Well, first off, are they investigating violent crimes? Second question is, has she ever had any combat with police?
We've had prior contacts with her, not us personally with having any violent. I can tell you that part of what I was relayed to me, I have not seen this to confirm it, but I believe that the warrant issued that the suspect had prior escape issues, and that attempted to escape on prior offenses. So there was a danger indicator there for the suspect. Ours were mainly dealing with some theft issues and trespass issues for the area, from the hotels.
Would the officer who responded recognize her and know who she was, or do you?
Most likely not.
Okay.
And this situation is completely different, but with everything happening nationally, did you guys just go over when to, shoot someone and like when it's, force and how to do that?
We have policies in place and training in place, and the officers have, follow nationally accredited protocols on shoot, don't shoot, and training and things like that. So those things are already in place. There's nothing new that we've added or changed or anything like that. But yeah, and as part of our ongoing training, we always review use of force, and we always review protocols that are important.
With the understanding, Chief, that this was a shooting incident, at what point was the code 99 dropped?
I believe one of the officers advised that with the shots being fired, the dispatch center, I believe, dropped the 99. And I believe that they plan on releasing the rest of those tapes later this afternoon.
Just to confirm, the 911 call was made from a Days Inn employee or staff there to say that one of their guests?
That is correct.
Okay.
Chief, what are the probable charges that the young lady's currently facing?
None at this point.
I didn't know she did make.
Yeah.
Chief, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is doing the criminal investigation. You will do an internal investigation?
They're actually doing the criminal investigation and the internal investigation, and we are assisting them with the investigation.
You don't know how long those officers then will be on paid administrative leave?
Not at this time.
But relatively smaller department, so two people not being here puts a strain on others?
Right. It does. We're a department of about 17, and so it's important that we try to get through these administrative reviews as quickly as possible, and that get them the help that they need, any other types of issues or anything like that, and then get them back out on the road.
Anything that you've seen so far indicate that the officers did anything wrong, or that you think they did the things the way their training would suggest?
I'm very confident that these officers acted in the best interest of the lives and safety of the residents and of the general public, and that there will be no issues at all with this investigation as we move forward. I'm very confident in their actions with what they did, and once we're able to release the camera footage, I believe that you're going to be able to see the same things.
Chief Porter, how important was it for you to have witnesses for your department to come forward and talk to your officers about what happened?
It was obviously very important because, other than the body cameras, which are a limited viewed space, it's important that other witnesses be able to give us their perspective of what they saw and what they had going on.
I don't know how the officers had parked this. So you have some body cam video, anything on the cruiser cam video where they parked in areas that you really just couldn't see them?
Most of the cruiser cam videos were parked in areas where nothing could be seen, because the incident started on one side of the building and ended up on the other side of the building, and it started in the upstairs area, and the cruiser cameras would not have caught the upstairs.
Was there video surveillance at the Days Inn? Or
that I'm not sure of. I know that they did, they canvassed the area for video surveillance from the different hotels, so that there might be, and if that is, they've collected that also. Any other questions? All righty. Thank you all for coming, and we'll try to keep everybody updated over the next several days.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
What's your name? What's your first name, Steve? I'm sorry.
John.
J-O-H-N?
Yep. Porter.
Story's House, okay. Thank you.
All right.
Sheriff's Office has all the body camera video and things like that.
Yes, in fact, we just got that to them this early this afternoon. So.
All right, thank you, Chief.
All right. Thank you all.
I don't have